So we stopped by the Royal Purple display because when you engineer oils, it's not like you make a formulation and then it's finished. This stuff is constantly in a state of evolution. And Jared Martin is going to give me a little bit of insight on that.
Absolutely, it's always an evolving process. So we're here actually at SEMA this year talking about some of the new formulations we have. One of the main ones being the XPR 3.1 that we've designed specifically for NHRA Pro Stock and top eliminator applications.
Okay, so is that a new oil or something that's been changed and modified?
Well, we've always been in Pro Stock, so it is probably the latest iteration of the extremely ultralight, as we refer to, racing oil. So it's basically 3.1 centistokes at 40 degrees Celsius, which is really lighter than any SAE designation, hence the name XPR 3.1.
Now, this formulation, the reason for it was to get it lighter, or what other improvements did you make, or what we're talking about?
Well, NHRA Pro Stock, they're always looking for two things. Obviously, peak horsepower as well as vacuum.
Right.
And there's always the trickiest oil of the week. We've got some very strong competition over there from some of our other niche blender type manufacturers. And we haven't been the top oil for a couple of years, so it's good to see us back on top. So this is actually a very latest creation. And I know now we're being chased very aggressively, but we've got the absolute top NHRA Pro Stock cars running it. Now we've had a lot of bleed over as well in the NHRA Comp Eliminator competition, as well as some of the Super Stock guys running it.
Right on. That's got to be kind of exciting.
It is very exciting. So it's a fun place to be. You know, we supported the NHRA for several years, and a lot of those competitors out there use our products because of the horsepower increases, or the vacuum increases, or the longevity of the motor. But yeah, it's great to be on top again.
So what happened with the ATF?
ATF, well, we actually released a new ATF. We actually have had it out for a few years, but now we're putting our racing ATF in retail packaging. Now we've got the Max ATF, which is a consumer brands version of that, and now we have the racing ATF. The difference being is typically your Mercon Dextron type fluids, your passenger car, if you will, type ATFs, are formulated with friction modifiers, so they induce a degree of slippage, so for smoother shifting. Not something you really want in racing applications. You want those firm, solid, very consistent shifts.
Yep.
So we've released Racing ATF. We're now putting it in gallon packaging.
Okay. And
very popular. You know, once again, the drag racing, a lot of applications. So it's more like a Type F as opposed to a Mercon Dextron type fluid.
Yeah, because that was always the trick.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You get guys in their garage, you know, cocktailing Type
right.
F into Mercon many years ago. Yeah,
right.
Well, those days are over now.
So, yeah, the Racing ATF has a very high viscosity index, synthetic base stock, so even if you're having a round robin hot lap the car, it's going to be very consistent. So it's not going to thin out as much as other petroleum or even synthetic based products. So real good product.
That's cool. That's good to know, because we got a couple we should probably change. Okay, speaking of hot, the Purple Ice product has kind of evolved too, I guess, huh?
We have reformulated Purple Ice, so it is a lot more aggressive type technology. So the old Purple Ice had been around since about 1999, and it did a very good job. This one gives us a little bit more ability. So the previous formulation could not be used with distilled water. This can. Distilled water tends to be very abrasive, what they call ionically hungry.
Yes.
So it's constantly looking for a charge, and it tends to get that from the minerals and the metals that it comes in contact with. Very hard to offset that. So it tend to be real abrasive to systems. This can actually balance that out. So it's very, very good technology. As well, it still is formulated with a lubricant as well as anti-corrosion or corrosion inhibitors. So it can be used with any type of antifreeze at any concentration, even straight water.
And it's interesting you mentioned it's able to be used with any, because antifreeze isn't simple anymore.
No, nothing's simple anymore.
That's
transmission fluids, antifreezes, and now we're looking at possibly going that route with motor oils with the new GM specifications. Anyway, yes, no, it can be used very well with the yellows, the blues, the greens, the pinks, the what have you. So they're very similar technology. It's a very docile technology, so it doesn't have any ill effects on the cooling system or the cooling system fluids.
Excellent. Well, after a conversation last year when we talked about the oil filters, we got a couple in the shop and actually cut them open and looked inside, and I measured the case versus some of the competitors, and revealed that everything you're talking about is for real. And we always run your products in the cars, so I look forward to doing some changes. And I guess, interesting to make upgrades in the fluids, and to be brought up to speed that yes, they are changing. So.
Yeah, additive technology, base oil technology, complete formulations, it's a constantly evolving process. I mean, I've been in this business now for almost 12 years, and to see where we are now with different additive packages and in the base oils and everything, it's incredible. The rate at which the technology comes is just it's unreal.
So I guess the last question is, what about distribution and availability? Any new news there?
We're available at all national retailers. So O'Reilly, CSK out on the West Coast, O'Reilly on the East Coast, Advanced Auto Parts. We've just recently added CarQuest. Pep Boys is always, as well as Napa Auto Parts. And hopefully I'm not leaving anybody out. I think we've got them all. AutoZone. So yeah, basically all your national retailers. As well, we've got several performance distributors, from like the Keystones of the world and lots of distributors. So. Not near, when I go back, I was talking a minute ago when I started in 1999, we had, I think, 500 retailers, and now we're up to over 20,000.
Wow.
So just the rate that the company's grown, it's just been phenomenal. It's been a fun ride. So.
And I guess just check the website if you want to find something in specific.
Absolutely, yeah, www.royalpurple.com. We're constantly updating the dealer webpage, so you can go into, we've got Canada as well as the United States. You can go in there, punch in your zip code or your province code, and find a local retailer.
Or just go to your local movie theater, because it's like every month a new movie comes out with Royal Purple.
Yeah, we've got some really cool things going on. We're working with Sony here to kind of push the release of Green Hornet, which is going to release in January.
Wow.
And then we're going to be doing 2 more movies throughout 2011. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about them right now, so we'll just look for more to come from Royal Purple on the silver screen. So
nice.
It'll be cool.
Thanks, buddy.
You bet.
Appreciate the update.
Thanks, Kevin.
See ya.